An adult is getting schooled by a kid on TikTok. An adult got put in her place by a kid on TikTok. Let's get into it.
Wear braid. I'm not saying that because I just don't want you to wear my hairstyle. Oh my god.
So the video I'm stitching right now is basically an example of a response to that white woman in the video. But what I wanted to talk about is how, offhand racism is just left in the dust. Because she said so much out of pocket, out of order, out of line, that it was just like too much to count. She said, you people, like 17 times. She said, you people are always whining, always playing the victim card, this, and that. And it's so like angering to see someone just belittle over and over again. And not just one person. You could belittle someone all you want if you have the right reasons behind it. But a race, you're generalizing an entire race because someone said it told you not to wear box braids. It's so annoying. It's so wild. It's so disgusting. And it's more used and more done than what people realize. And, apart from that, she started saying out of pocket shit again about, she said something about eyelash extensions.
A woman in 1910 patented false eyelashes. She was white. By your definition, you shouldn't be wearing false eyelashes.
Which, first of all, eyelash extensions were not founded by white people. Second of all, eyelash extensions are something that mainly black women use. And it's a coincidence that you bring it up when arguing with a black woman. It's so disgusting and so, like, it's borderline, right? But it's just, like, passed under the rug. And it's so weird. It's so weird. I never like people like this. You're defending wearing something that you have never worn before, but now that it's popular because black women are being empowered through social media, now you want to wear it, even though, like, you are just calling that ghetto, you are just calling that unprofessional, and when it's time to get a job with that hairstyle, you say it's unprofessional.
Reading the comments is so crazy. First, I have braids and everybody's mad. Then I take the braids out when I finally get back to LA and I actually have some time to take them out. And now everyone's mad because I took them out because I just took them out for a meeting.
Goodbye with this because I have a job interview tomorrow.
Like, it's just so weird. It's so obnoxious and people are so disgusting. And that's it. But the lady I'm stitching, she is someone who made a response to the video. And she said some of the things I'm saying and I added on to it. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. It's just so weird. I never liked this about people. You have never thought about getting braids before it was popular. You always thought it was ghetto. You always thought it was this. But now that it's getting popular because black women are being empowered, you want to get them now. Get out.
Not a child putting her in her place. And he's not done. Oh, no, 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 no. He is not done. He had a lot more to say to people in his comment section who still didn't get it or were pretending not to get it. Babies, fam, babies. They are getting schooled now by babies. Wow, they should be embarrassed. They should be embarrassed. If the kids get it, the adults have no excuse. Kids like this actually makes me hopeful for the future. We're going to get to some of the video responses he made to the comments in his comment section, but isn't it wild how this young man is not even black, but he gets it? He is not black and he's so young, but he gets it. But adults want to talk about how it's just hair.
Again, I'm making this video again. There is a difference between culture and hairstyles. Not everyone has the hair or the culture to use box braids and locks, right? Box braids and locks. There is everyone in this world that can have their hair blonde. You want to know why? Because not only white people have blonde hair. Not only white people have blonde hair. Let me repeat that for you again. Not only white people have blonde hair, black people have blonde hair, Latinos have blonde hair. Everyone has blonde hair. Not everyone has the hair for box braids, but everyone wants to have it now when looking down upon it for years. There's a difference, brother. And this one got me really mad because in my video, it states what you're asking me. It states that if you have straight hair, there is a difference. Because straight hair is not a culture. It is not. Neither is blonde hair. There is no culture around blonde hair. Please don't say this ignorant stuff in my comment section. Goodbye. Have a nice day.
When a young man is preaching, you let him preach. And I have to say kudos to his mom. Kudos to his mom. She's doing a good job raising this fine young man. She should be proud. And can we quickly talk about how he pays attention to details? Like, for example, the first video we saw, he snuffed out the microaggressions. He didn't let it get swept under the rug, even though he wanted to address the issue of braids. Like, you can tell the young man is sick and tired of the nonsense. He's like, at your grown age, at your big age, you don't know that straight hair and blonde hair is not a culture. You notice how he opened this video saying again, I have to do this video again. Young man is tired. It's like, I'm done with this adult. When kids start to check you, know you've messed up. This young man was like, the amount of adults out there that don't have sense is alarming. I have to step in. I have to step in and add my voice to this situation because the hell is going on here.
What's good, brother? And here's another video I have to make. Brother, I wasn't talking about if you take that as a compliment or not. I'm talking about the hypocrisy of looking down on a culture for so long and then wanting to use it when it gets popular. There is a difference between appreciating a culture and taking from it. Taking from a culture is claiming something is yours without giving credit to anything, or using something that you've looked down upon for years. There's a difference between that and appreciating a culture, which is, making videos about it, learning about the culture, being educated about the subject, and not saying bullshit about it, and not doing things that step out of line, like using box braids does with black people, because you are stepping over a line that most people would never cross in their lives, because it is dumb to do that. There's a difference between cultural appreciation and cultural appropriation. Appropriation is taking something from a culture without giving it any credit. Like, I can even say it about white people doing things to Mexicans because of spa waters, cowboy caviar. You really think they fucking care about you if they're doing this to your culture, bro? It's not a compliment. It's them using things that are quote-unquote trends because minorities on social media are being empowered, so now they want to put their spin on it. They don't like you. They don't like you as a person. They just like that you're popular now, so they can take from you. There is a difference between that and appreciating a culture, which is making that food and actually giving credit to the people who made the food in the first place, who made the recipes for it. But no, there's a difference between those two things. There's a difference between appreciation and appropriation. I got mad at this comment a little bit more because, it hit me a little bit harder as a Latino myself. It irks me seeing something like this. So, no disrespect to you. I understand you, and I understand why you would say that. It's very confusing seeing someone appreciating your culture and seeing someone appropriating it. There's a difference. There is a huge difference when it comes to how people act when they're around you, if they use and talk about your culture and, discuss your culture. Because if they look at you weird, it's not appreciation. It's appropriation. Stay safe, brother. I hope you have a nice day. Much respect for you being real respectful about it. I've had a lot of people that just, were really ignorant about the things. But, I understand where you're coming from and that we're all the same in some different way and that we're all the same species. I get you. But you can't, zoom out on a problem just to make it seem like it's not that big of a deal. Because it is. Because if there's an entire era of something in the world, there's a huge problem with that. If there is an era where, let's say slavery, that is a huge part of our culture, of our history, of everything, of how we do things now, right? There is like no way of zooming out on that. Because if you want to zoom out, we could zoom out and, go into the fact that year after year after year, white people will keep taking from us if we just don't do anything. They'll keep taking from minorities. They'll keep taking land. They'll keep taking all of this. Because it's just like that. Sometimes, people aren't good. Sometimes a place's culture is taking. And yeah, genuinely love to you too. And, I understand that separating, and that it may look like I'm separating us further by, talking about this, by, doing all this. But it's not in that way. I'm just really trying to educate people on why it's hurtful to use things that other cultures use and claiming it as your own. It's hurtful because it's hurtful to, the culture. It's hurtful to everyone. Obviously, we're all the same at the end of the day, but we can also be different. We can also be very different, and we have to celebrate our differences. And we can't just sweep everything under the rug because we're all the same. In that case, a lot of bad things would still be happening today. So I understand where you're coming from 100%, but I just think it's a bad mindset to have. It's not the best mindset to have. I think it's a real arrogant mindset when it comes to anything, because it's more than just a hairstyle. It's the constant belittlement of a culture and then using what you belittled them for so many years. It's the hypocrisy of it. It's the it's just everything. It's not only that. So yeah, much love to you too. I just wanted to explain that. Have a nice day.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not something that is hard to understand. It's not difficult to understand. I believe that these people get it, but they just like to pretend like they don't know what people are talking about. This video is already way longer than I want it to be. But before I end, I do want to say this one thing in regards to this last comment. I find it crazy when they make comments like this talking about how black people or people of color are the ones causing the separation, when black people or people of color talk about how they should be protecting their cultures. It's just crazy, because how can the people who caused the separation, invented the separation, even gave it a name, invented race, be the ones to come back and say we are the ones who's causing the divide or the separation? That's wild. But because of the things they did in the past and the things we continue to see them do today, how they take from people's cultures, rebrand it and call it theirs, obviously people cannot move on and be all kumbaya and talk about how culture is meant to be shared. It's just the craziness of years of them demonizing people's cultures, looking down on it. Now all of a sudden they want to be part of it, at the same time looking down on the people that have the culture. Let's take yoga, for example. I don't know if you guys are aware that they are presently Christianizing yoga in their minds, trying to make it holy because the original one is demonic and of the devil. Like, how can you Christianize yoga? When I first found out about that, I was like, whoa, mind blown. That's what culture appropriation is all about. They come in and then they take and then they want to make it theirs, after they have demonized it for years, or when they are even at the moment still demonizing it, but then they want to talk about how they are making it better. Before this video becomes an hour long, let me stop talking. I swear I can go on and on, but let me leave it here. Big ups to this young man. He gets it. He's a wise one. God bless him. Guys, yeah, that's it for today's video. Let me know down below in the comment section what you think. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the comments down below and in my next video. Bye.
And while I'm on a roll, let's get rid of this argument too. Because I don't see nobody wearing their hair like this, this, or this. Those are what Viking braids look like. And by the way, none of those use added hair. But for some reason, y'all think that justifies wearing braids like this. Boom, boom, and boom. Y'all know exactly what y'all are doing. Y'all just want to play dumb. The braids of Viking culture are not the same as the braids from black culture. And I don't see no Vikings being discriminated and fired from their jobs for wearing their braids. And I don't see no one growing social media platforms and careers off of pretending to be a Viking and getting the Viking aesthetic. Like, come on, y'all. It's really not that difficult to respect the culture.